Hi, I'm Erick Gelhaus. I'll be teaching at A Girl and a Gun again this year. I kind of screwed up and missed last year, so this will be my second year. Um, Kind of based out of Utah County, Utah, which is a bit south of Salt Lake. Like a lot of guys teaching in the space, former military, former law enforcement, but that doesn't drive all the training. It's just where I got my exposure. This year, I'm going to be doing kind of some handgun diagnostics first thing on Friday. Then Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday morning, I'm going to be doing a class called Problem Solving Pistol, which is going to be a lot on visual processing. So, not responding to the timer stimulus, but responding to what you see and basing what you're doing on that. And then I'm going to finish off Sunday afternoon, if I remember right, with doing a class on malfunctions and stoppages. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing this year. So for me, kind of my background, I didn't grow up shooting. I maybe shot twice before I went into the Army. Did a little bit of teaching there, got into law enforcement, and because I was shooting competition and I had the military background, I got picked up as an instructor kind of early on in my career. I found that I enjoyed teaching and working with folks on it, and then progressed to where I was teaching in the private sector in addition to the office. So I taught down at Gunsite for about 25 years. I really enjoy working with folks across the spectrum of shooters for different reasons, right? Like the people that are still serving either in law enforcement or the mill side, I did those jobs. I want to see everybody there go home. But by the same token, I want the decent, normal human beings out there to have as much training as they want or they can get so that they can see stuff coming. If possible, avoid it, get away from it. If they can't get away from it, then come out the other side with as best an outcome as possible, right? Meaning they go home to their family. There's no drama with the court system, right? They're not facing some of the other issues on it, right? And that's kind of what drives me, is to get those outcomes for folks. So probably skill set wise would be visual processing, right? See what's there, kind of start to stretch what you can see, not only in depth, but in width, right? Or breadth, right? Look at it that way. And then the other thing is just awareness that it may not be what you think it's going to be. It will be what it is. We all have like a vision in our heads, right? And let's just kind of pick back to when we first started driving. We all had this idea of what it'd be like out driving on the highway. And then the first time you come off the on ramp onto the highway, you're like, this is not at all what I thought it was going to be, right? Encounters with other human beings are going to be like that. So don't get too set in this is what I think it's going to be. Work on being able to process what it is and how you're going to deal with that. I try to include judgmental shooting, judgmental work in all of my classes. And if there's one thing I see in that niche, it's people who get a little bit too concerned about how fast am I doing this? Am I meeting some standard, some mechanical skill set standard, versus the standard of what am I seeing and what do I need to do to solve this problem, right? So if I would say anything is just, and you're going to see this in a lot of the one class I'm doing 4 times, is pay attention to what you're actually seeing and respond to that, not what you think other stuff is. What do I think makes a girl and a gun unique? It's the enthusiasm. We get to see a whole bunch of people, right? All women, except for some of the other people teaching, but we get to see a whole bunch of people, all women, that are really motivated to be there. They want to learn. They want to spend time with their peer group. They want to pick our brains and get as much as they can out of it. It's truly interesting and kind of rewarding to see where everybody's coming from in the class sessions. Get to know the people around you, get to know the ladies in your groups, right? As you go between the classes, take the time to talk to them. Ask questions when you're in the class sessions, when you're in the range bays, right? If you've got that question sitting in your head, I'm willing to bet 3 or 4 other people do. Ask. All right. I can't think of any of us that I know, the folks I know teaching, and I know a fair number of them, that are going to have an adverse response to that, right? Like, we're there to share information and pass it on. So if you got a question, ask, right? Could be because we haven't explained it well, could be because it's something we didn't think about, because it's we're coming to it from a different perspective, right? But pick our brain, get to know the people around you, make those friendships. Come with an open mind, come down there. We're going to have fun. One of my mentors used to have a t-shirt that said, learning occurs only after repeated demoralizing failures, right? You may shoot late. You may fire a couple more shots than you intended to. That's okay. That's how you learn, right? If I know you, I might give you a little bit of a bad time. If I don't know you, I'm not going to, but we'll kind of talk about what you get, right? So come down, being willing to maybe push it a little bit and see what happens with that, but come down and learn. So if you're looking for a website, it's cougarmountainsolutions.com, all one word. Facebook and Instagram, I'm there. The primary Instagram page is Cougar_Mountain_Solutions. There's a backup page that's just Cougar Mountain Solutions, all one word, in case I run afoul of the meta gods.